Hello and welcome back to Betches. I'm Sammy.
I'm Jordana.
Aileen is away on work duties this week, and we miss her very much.
Yes.
And also this is your last week before the big babies are here.
This is my first episode of 2026 and my last one for a bit.
Yeah.
But I might pop in, every so often. We will see.
Surprise. She'll surprise you.
Because... what would you guys do without me? Because how will you know what's going on with the latest in pop culture?
Well, what I was going to say is how would we know which trends are over?
Right.
If you're not going to ask about them.
I might emerge from this even more under a rock than I usually am. So
or you might emerge less because maybe
I might have more time to do that. I don't know.
We'll see. Oh, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We will surely keep you updated on this podcast, which, by the way, we have a new YouTube URL. So every week, we're going to have to try to remember this new one because all the Betches podcasts are getting their own YouTube channel.
Yes.
So make sure to
Happy
subscribe.
Holidays.
Happy New Year. Happy 2026. So make sure to subscribe to youtube.com/@BetchesPod. Emphasis on the pod because it used to just be @Betches. Now it's @BetchesPod.
Yes.
You can do it. I promise. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
That's my appeal.
Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Do it. You won't regret it. It's free.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, we should talk about all the things we did together over the last 2 weeks.
We did. We all had New Year's at Aileen's. Yes. It was so fun.
It was a lot of caviar.
It was
delicious.
It was wonderful. We did that. We played
games.
Mahjong.
Yes.
We've become Mahjong.
Aileen is might have a Mahjong problem.
Well, what constitutes a problem? Maybe it's a Mahjong solution.
It could be a Mahjong, a deep Mahjong happy.
So
hobby.
So she and I have played. She and I have played Mahjong on the computer a few nights.
Okay, so you're in it too.
Not as much as her.
Yeah.
But I'm.
Well, Aileen's more of a gamer, I feel like, than you are.
She just gets she's better. She's also better.
Well, she's better also because she plays all the time. It's okay.
Well,
there's not a competition.
It is literally a competition. Yeah. But no, I think it's a really fun game. What I like about
she's
the computer,
really you're good at it too. But she's very good at it.
Well, she's been playing a little longer and more frequently.
And she plays on the maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try to come back from maternity leave fully versed in Mahjong.
You could try that.
I'm pretty much the worst of the four of us. It's the three of us plus our friend Liza. So
yeah, I think so far. Yeah. But Mike is also better than you. He played once.
That's true. That's true.
He's amazing.
Mike's better at all games than me, though. I'm not surprised by that.
Well, Mike is this is all his skills converging.
Yes. He's an accountant. He's very good at numbers. He's very good at seeing patterns in numbers.
I think it was pretty incredible how he learned the game from reading the rules. That's insane to me.
Yes. I think if the game wasn't so highly stereotyped as an older suburban woman game, he would be
no, Avi really wants to play. Avi wants to play.
I think we should. I've never heard of men playing, but we should get them in.
Yeah, it's not a girls' game. There's nothing girly about it other than the flower tiles.
Yeah, it's stereotypically, I think, again,
ladies who lunch.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, I really enjoy it. Okay, what I like about playing on the computer is that it feels really not analog, obviously, because it's not analog, but it feels like the internet in 2000. Okay. They're literally when someone enters your game. Yeah. It's like playing those old Minesweeper. It's the way it feels. Okay. But it's good.
And you don't have to deal.
Right? No, it's fast. All that annoying shit, which
you still
direction.
Do the Charleston?
Yeah, but it's faster.
Okay.
But it's also sometimes I don't like how much fast. It's the computer. So, they're going faster than I need some time to think.
Do you get to take your time though?
You could take as long as you want. It's just the game will.
Oh, you're playing against robots or other people?
You could play against other people or computers. Okay. Aileen and I will play against 2 computers, but when it's just me, I'll play against 3 computers.
Do you feel like it's made you get better?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I only did it 2 or 3 nights. Maybe I'll do I think it's okay, I feel like I'm at the phase where every time I do it, I get a little better because I'm not good and I'm not actually good and I'm still learning.
Yeah, I think I need to get into that mode where I'm I wish I had one win where I would feel okay, I'm
I think
on
you need to
something.
get close to a win.
I thought I was. I always think I'm close. I'm not close at all. That's the issue.
It's hard. It's a very hard.
It's
game.
very hard.
Also, there's a lot of luck.
That's why I feel like I see a lot of people online playing who I don't think are that smart.
You don't know that they're winning. They could be losing.
They could be like me. Right?
They could be playing with other bad players.
Right. That's true. It does seem like you'd have to, because there's just a lot of things you have to keep in mind at the same time. It also just might not be the best game for like the last 2 months of pregnancy where I
Probably not.
cannot even pronounce words correctly.
Well, also the rules of it are very specific and like ritualistic. It has like its own etiquette. It's not like learning how to play gin rummy, you know?
Right.
It's complicated.
Yeah, there's definitely a learning
curve. The card
curve.
is like hard to interpret.
Yeah, but it is fun. I also just like getting together and playing a game. Like that part of it feels very social.
I agree.
And,
I
like,
love
fun.
it. And also playing on the computer as well.
I would love to have a standing time. I think that would be like fun.
I'm fine.
I know you reject.
I don't like standing times.
Scheduled.
I don't like
activities.
standing
I mean, we
times.
do this every week at 1:15.
It's okay. Well, that's work. But, you know,
Right.
I don't love standing times.
Because why?
Because I don't,
Too rigid?
It goes from being an enjoyable thing, which could come up at any moment as a surprise, to a thing that's like,
Well,
it's like,
you have that with acting class.
you know,
It's a standing
acting
time.
I'm only doing it for 8 weeks.
I guess. I know when I did a tennis clinic and it was a standing time, there were times like before the class where I was like, I have to go to the fucking class again. But then afterwards, I'm like, I'm so glad I had to go to the class because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's more, I don't mind going. It's just the standing nature of the time. Like, I can't, okay. You know, what's her name? Maddie Mahoney from our office made a video about how she visualizes the calendar.
Okay.
Do you see this?
No.
Okay. Well, she like visualizes the months. Like that's how she sees the year. Like when I have a thing in like that I know is weekly, it's like, it's almost like putting a peg through my brain. Like there's like this thing that's like always like over my head.
Even if it's something you like?
Yeah.
This isn't like a weekly dental appointment.
It's more about like the idea of like an obligation, like a demand.
Right.
It's something once it's scheduled, it becomes a demand.
Reframe the word from obligation or demand to
standing,
like
scheduled,
to like tradition or like weekly hang.
Weekly, I don't like that.
Bi-weekly.
It can be bi-weekly. It could even be weekly. I just don't like when it's like
you just want to agree
I don't like
individually.
To
you want to individually agree to each time.
Yes. We renew the contract every week.
Okay. I'm surprised you were able to get married.
No, I can plan like one thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I just don't want to plan a weekly standing thing for anything. It just makes me feel anxious. It's like I can never have a fully clear calendar because I always have a fucking clear.
And you had a great Hanukkah party. It now feels like it was 2 years ago.
Oh my God. Yeah. But, that was so fun.
You had a great Hanukkah party. That was really fun. You really went all out. I thought it was, it was awesome.
We're going to do that every year.
I love it. I will be there every
year.
Year.
Save the date.
Yes.
And also for my birthday party, we're doing cards and casinos and mahjong.
And mahjong.
Well, we can play mahjong. Everyone can play the games they play.
I love that. It's really, I mean, it's not that far away. It's coming up.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm planning it. 4 months, really? Three and a half.
I would say not 3.5. 3. It's
3. You're right.
It's January 9th when this comes out.
Okay, it is 3 months. Oh shit. Okay, so
you better get started planning.
Okay, I'm ready.
Sages know how to throw a party.
We love a party. We love a party. You know what we got to talk about though?
Yeah. Speaking of groups of friends.
Yep. Speaking of friend hangs, weekly or not.
Unstructured or structured friend hangs.
Yeah. I bet these were some unstructured friend hangs. We got to talk about this Ashley Tisdale cut piece.
Oh, yeah.
The perfect piece of meaningless gossip. I love it.
Yes. We've got to get into it.
Yeah. Okay. So should we do like do you want to do a quick rundown?
Okay. So here's everything I know about the you know, I mean, I'm sometimes I lose some details, but here's what the gist of it that I've seen is the Cut published an article by Ashley Tisdale, who had already previously written about this subject elsewhere.
On her blog that I didn't know existed, but now I do, so this is working.
On her own personal blog that apparently did better than anything else she had written. And the Cut asked her to write something else about the topic for their website.
Yes.
So she writes this article and she doesn't name names. She just says like, basically it was in COVID and I had babies around the same time as these other women. And then there was like this mom group that was formed and I felt really great and I felt really connected and all our kids would hang out. And then all of a sudden I realized that I was being like cut out of the group and I'd heard that someone else was cut out of the group before. So this is apparently what this group does.
No, when she first became friends with them, they were like kind of doing it to someone. And then she's like, they started putting me at the end of the table and
I would see things on Instagram and they were hanging out and I wouldn't get invited to things. And and basically just saying that like she eventually texted them and said, I feel like this is too high school for me. And then she got mad at them and then someone sent her flowers. But basically they all kind of like,
she was like no longer in the group.
Yeah, she was no longer in the group. And she felt like a lot of people related to this high school mom, toxic, whatever thing.
Yes.
And she doesn't name names. And actually, when I was reading the article, because I read the article pretty quickly after it came out, loved some good friendship, drama, interpersonal shit.
Yeah.
I thought she was talking about like relative normies in the LA area who were.
Oh, you didn't realize it was like celebrities?
No, I thought it was like she didn't. I mean, obviously she didn't write. It was the celebrities, but she wrote like people who were like running their own businesses and moms who were like working.
Former child actors.
I mean, she didn't say that, but I'm saying like my first thought wasn't like she's in the celebrity group of moms, and then I was like, oh, maybe she's like the
people
only
who know her know that.
Right. When I first thought, I was like, maybe she's just like she was the celebrity in the like group of relative normie. Like if if Ashley Tisdale was like trying to be in our friend group,
we don't have enough room for her with Mahjong.
We wouldn't have enough room for her unless someone was out. But I'm just saying
we kicked someone out.
Like that's kind of how I pictured like the friend
when
group.
You first
like people
read it.
who were like not super famous.
So I read it
just
after
like people
I knew
who,
it
like,
was about famous people.
People who worked in or owned their own businesses or had jobs. Yeah. So I didn't read it thinking it was about famous people.
So how did it? No, I knew it was because I saw people talking about it. So I was like,
saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Crystal Kung Minkoff wrote like about that she had like she knew this experience very well. Or whatever.
Okay.
And she like wasn't written about in this friend group or something.
Oh, she also got kicked out of this friend group.
I'm not sure if it was this
there was
friend group.
All that talk in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills about how she was kicked out of
Maybe she was the one kicked out first.
It's possible.
Okay, I don't want to start any rumors, but it doesn't whatever. Now it's like Page Six was doing.
Like we're speculating.
Yeah. Page Six was doing did a whole breakdown of all the moms in the group.
Oh my God, no one is pettier than Page Six. It was great. They did a breakdown. They did they broke down who every single person was and whether Ashley Tisdale still follows them or has unfollowed them as of the time of reporting.
She unfollowed everyone but Meghan Trainor, it seemed.
Okay.
And the one who sent her flowers.
Right. And then I had seen a lot of comments. I don't know anything about Ashley Tisdale really, or anything about her. I mean, besides that she was in High School Musical.
I know way more about her now.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about her. I guess it worked. I didn't know anything about her politics or anything like that. But I did read in some of the comments on a lot of these posts that people were speculating that she was ousted because she was like a MAGA or like Charlie Kirk person or something like that.
I think that she came out and said that's not true. She also said that
it wasn't about them.
It wasn't about them,
which it definitely
obviously is about
them. And
them.
the reason that it definitely is about them is because of the latest thing that happened as of our time of recording.
Yes,
just last night.
Yes, which is that Hilary Duff's husband Matthew Coma basically posted something on Instagram making fun of it, like making fun of the post that she posted, and he wrote, "A mom group tell-all through a father's eyes. When you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers." I thought this was this revealed the whole thing.
That was a confirmation that it was clearly about this group.
About them, and then also tells you their side of their story.
Yes.
Well, okay. So one thing about the MAGA thing, she denied it, but my thought was originally if she's MAGA, maybe they're concerned about her being anti-vax. But I actually don't think that that's the issue. Maybe it's maybe it's a factor,
the safety
but I don't
of their
think
own children. Perhaps.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't know if I don't even know about her vaccination status. But my point is, I think it's if that were the case, that's not the primary reason. I think they just didn't like her personally.
I agree.
Her personality.
And to me, I was thinking about this because I was like, has anyone really done anything wrong? It's not like they're lifelong friends and then they suddenly kicked her out of the group. They met in COVID. They got to know her.
Yeah.
They decided they didn't really like her that much. And I think that, it makes me think about the general idea of that. We get some emails about this on oversharing a lot too. It's are you obligated to include everyone that was ever sort of tangentially close to your friend group in every activity if you're not that close with them?
Well, I don't know the dynamics.
Is that mean? Is that mean, girl, to not invite someone?
I think it really, it depends. Someone's going to say, the person who's not invited might say yes, or they might kind of understand. Or the circumstances might be like, I don't know what the circumstances are. My guess is like, even if they did treat her super bitchy or like, just like,
Because she doesn't say that they said anything that mean to her though.
no, it just seems like they kind of, it doesn't even seem like they like iced her out as much as like faded her out, like retreated from her.
Didn't really like hanging out with her.
Yeah, they didn't really like hanging out with her that much. It sounds like because it seems like they believe she is self-obsessed and tone deaf.
Sure.
As a person. Like that seems like to be their gripe with her.
To be honest, to write a whole article.
Okay.
Right.
Which, to be honest, when I read this, I was like, okay, maybe they were mean to her and act very high school. But this essay is very high school. Like this essay is the most high school thing I've ever read, not just because of like the actual contents of, actually, no, not just because she wrote it, but because the contents of it were literally like, it was just like a high level blind item airing of grievances that didn't actually have anything relatable or interesting about, like there was no point. And I think that you could actually write a really interesting piece about like how hard it is to kind of find people you relate to, or even when you're like,
or even my question that I just asked of like, where is the line between just like we don't mesh and like I'm being high school and leaving you out?
It reminds me of like when you're a freshman in college and like you meet a bunch of people and you kind of all are like talking, but you don't actually know who you're friends with yet. And you're
getting to know them. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if
and then she felt like, oh, I was not like, I was kicked out, but maybe you were never really in.
Right. Maybe it wasn't as well. It seems like they were, and they were like making sweatshirts and
did she get
the husbands were yeah, she's in here wearing the sweatshirt. Right. That, like the husbands were
so
sending
does a sorority, right? But then were we like are you still friends with everyone in our sorority?
No, but but you were still a sorority like it's different. It's like you're in a thing with them. If you're inviting the sorority, you have to invite they chose to be like, they chose this.
Right.
But either way, I think it's like, if do you
think someone could accuse us of doing this to them?
I do think. Who do you think, Jordana?
I think I think several people could probably say that.
I can't think of several.
I could probably over the course since college.
I don't know. I'm a very inclusive person.
Okay, maybe I could think of several people.
I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. Right. But yeah, I do. But let's say
in one way or another,
I can't actually think of someone other than I can't think of someone. But I. Maybe it's because I'm not thinking of them. That's
we can
kind
discuss
of the point.
This after.
Okay, let's discuss this after. But what I think is, let's say she had like written a bigger picture story and like happened to mention that she had this experience, like that she, it's like one part of a bigger lesson.
Right.
That would have been so much like classier and more interesting, and makes me think that and made me think higher of her, because like you had this experience, it happened to you, and instead of just writing like how aggrieved you are in the cut because your name is Ashley Tisdale and everyone knows it, and you have whatever, some like line coming out that you want to promote, she writes like this shade about the people, basically.
Right.
And like it makes me almost think
just wasn't that insightful.
Exactly. It makes me almost think that the cut writer like knew that it was shitty and didn't push her to write something more like deeper, because
they got a lot of I mean, at the end of the day,
she knew it
did very well.
Right. It did, but I feel like she knew it would, maybe the editor or whatever, like knew it would do well because of how petty and stupid it is.
Right.
Like that it sort of speaks for itself rather than like, oh, Ashley Tisdale's giving insight.
Right. But that's probably how she phrased it too, Alex. Like you're gonna connect to all these readers.
But maybe the cut editor really thought she would connect. Like maybe she thought she'd write something better.
She probably did. Here's the thing. I think she probably did connect to a lot of people.
To a lot of unself-aware people?
Yeah, to a lot of people who were like, oh, I felt like this was my friend group. And then I was like sort of subtly kicked out.
I think that's happened to people in life. That's happened to me in life. Like that happens to people. It's a very normal situation. I don't know the specifics, right? But the experience.
I think that experience is relatable to people. She didn't write anything insightful about going through that experience.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could have been like an aside that this happened, and the main point of the piece is like, this is how I got my self-esteem back, or this is how I found people I do get along with.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, maybe it's even like, just know you're not alone when things feel shitty.
Yeah. Or this taught me to be more self-aware.
It didn't, clearly.
Well, she denies it's about them.
It's obviously about them.
Right.
You don't have a different friend group that you were posting with that you were suddenly not friends with anymore.
I think she was probably the problem. How much would you pay to see the friend group, the actual friend group's group chat?
How much of it? The
About
whole thing?
this.
Like the whole thing?
The whole thing that was about this topic.
I'd
like
pay,
from when
like-
the article comes out to after the Matthew Coma thing, like everything about that's privately being said. Although if I were them, I would be like careful about putting that in writing in case there was like some
they're not
some
stupid.
traitor in the group.
There's a lot of like famous people in the group. Like they're not stupid.
Right.
They don't want to get called out. Like I also just feel like because there are like
I'm sure there's a lot of
famous
phone
people,
calls about this.
Yes, but also I just feel like because there are famous people in the group, like I wonder if she felt like she needed to overcompensate and like is like I could
because they're
see
more because they're sort of a more famous version of her.
yeah,
I would say
bit,
Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore
are
are
a little
like
more famous than she is.
Yes,
but
and
she
Meghan
could have just
Trainor
been like
maybe yeah.
because Meghan Trainor's a singer, so it's
Right.
like I think that like she probably felt like the lesser celebrity, and then the rest are like like they're normal, you know.
Right. But I don't do you think they did anything wrong based on what she wrote?
I don't know what they did to her in person. Like
I mean, she
don't-
would have written about it, right? Like she wrote
Yeah,
what
then
they did.
no.
It doesn't sound like they did anything that horrible.
It sounds like they just kind of
She didn't
weren't
mesh with the
nice
group.
to her. Like
It
they
actually
they weren't super
Right.
friendly to her.
Welcoming. But to me, it
What are they
almost,
supposed to say?
To me, it sounds like a natural.
I don't like you. Please leave.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like saying someone is like the worst for breaking up with you. It's like if the
Yeah.
person didn't want to be with you,
As long as they
wouldn't
didn't
you
break up with you.
wouldn't you prefer they broke up with you than that they keep pretending like they want to be with you?
Yeah, but it depends. But there's no like clarity like that in the friendship.
Right. Friendships can be more subtle, but if there's a group, it's kind of like a group. If they're not enjoying hanging out with you, wouldn't you rather know that so you can find a different group that you mesh with better, that's more in your speed?
That's what a self-aware essay would have been. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. It's like I think that like almost maybe the cut kind of was like, you know what, let's let her air herself out
Right.
by doing such a non-insightful essay, because it would have been so much like more badass to like just casually like allude to the existence of a friend group that left her out and then let people like, you know, maybe people figure it out, but it doesn't have to. It's not central
Right.
to the point about like what these people did to her. Because yeah, there's nothing like salient that they did to her.
Yeah.
It's just like,
it's more
oh,
what they
they're not-
didn't do, which was that they didn't want to be her
Well, what
very
were-
close friend.
That's what I want to know. Like, what were they supposed to say? Like, we're going to exile. We're voting you out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They sounds like they did it in the most subtle, like normal way that you could do
Passive-aggressive.
that. Is it even passive aggressive to be like
It is.
to not invite someone to
It's-
every single person that you have to the next event?
It seems, I don't know the circumstances, but it seems passive aggressive to me. It's definitely not aggressive.
Well, how would you? Let's say Ashley. Let's say you're Hilary Duff. You had a baby. You found this mom group friend. Ashley Tisdale is one of like seeming like 10 people, 8 to 10 people in this
Yeah.
group of people that are connecting. She starts saying some shit that like you're just kind of like, she's not for me. She's like annoying me.
Yeah.
She's not for me. I'm not like into this.
Yeah.
And then the group, also you speak to some people one-on-one, they feel the same way.
Yeah.
Right? So like, what's your plan here? Like you guys are doing brunch they're doing a schedule and a semi-structured brunch every 2 weeks. What is your
doing more
what is your
stuff
plan?
around
Do you
their
just keep
kids.
inviting her even though you don't like her for like the rest of time, or do you just
it's
kind of
hard
stop
for-
inviting her?
Honestly, like it's hard to say because they have like, because I don't know what the actual dynamics were like. Like
How would it
I don't-
change based on whatever the dynamic?
Like how frequently are they around, like forced to be around her actually? Like are there,
Well,
is
so that's
she in
something
circumstances where they're, meaning like, are you in circumstances where you're like purposely hiding shit from her that's like,
Well, I guess they're not hiding shit because they're posting it on Instagram. They have no
right.
Should they have hid?
I don't know. I don't think they
Right.
should have hid. Honestly, I don't know. I can't know like anything specific, but generally, yeah, I don't really understand what they were supposed to do.
Right. If
Like, write her an
if they just
anonymous letter?
naturally did, right. If they naturally just did not get along, it's not like someone said something mean to her. It's not like someone said, "Get out of here. You can't hang out with us." They just like didn't.
That would be at least a story.
right. But that's not how things happen. That's like But I'm saying
right.
that, and I don't think if I were in that group and I felt the same way about Ashley, and someone was like, "Oh, we have our we're gonna schedule this like group vacation," which I've seen that they've actually done. They go on like group trips together.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which
They're
that
really
looks
fun.
really fun.
I know. I know, Ashley.
But I
feel
could see
bad
them
for
being like,
her.
"Should we invite her? Like, we're not like doesn't feel like she's that meshing with the group. Like, I guess we could invite her to be nice.
Well,
but
it's more like, okay,
we don't really want her to come.
If they liked her, if there were no awkwardness, they would just discuss those things in the big group chat. Obviously, they have smaller subgroup chats where that Ashley's not in.
Right.
And wasn't in. And maybe some of these things are like, they didn't mean to not invite her, but they were like, oh, it's more fun without her.
I'm
like,
sure they meant.
No,
Here's the
look,
thing.
I think she seems like kind of a
I'm sure they thought about it
and not
I'm sure
self-aware.
When you're inviting people to things, you think about a list of people that you
I've
invite.
actually accidentally not invited someone before.
I have too, but I don't think this was an accident if it was multiple times.
No, and it wasn't this because it's not like, oh, I'm texting a chat and I'm purposely texting the one that she's not in.
Right. They weren't into her. Here's the thing. Sometimes they're just not that into you.
Well, based on
They've
her
set her
fucking
free.
essay, I wouldn't be into her either.
Yeah, I mean, if
because
she
this
has
is
the
a fucked up
capacity
thing
to
to
do
do.
that.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
other thing. I'm like, I guess I'd be happy
A little
to not be-
dangerous, right.
Right, because that's a loose cannon who's delusional.
And that would be tough for her to, I would imagine this would make it
We would
tougher
not
for her
do
to make
New friends.
Because I wouldn't want to be like friends with someone
what
who,
I'm
if I make the
saying.
wrong move or if they think I've done, I mean, she didn't name names, so I'll give her that. But
But we're not stupid. We're
Right.
not stupid. It's
tell your therapist about this. This isn't
also,
something
or
to-
write something like interesting and like keep it classy and like you can even like shade them, but like this is not even shade. It's like a stupid weird performance. It feels very juvenile to me. And I just to your bigger question, like I think we both struggle with this a lot. You more than me. But you know what, like someone's just like they're so unself-aware to how annoying they are and they feel like a victim because they feel like no one likes me. And it's not that they're like they're not a bad person. Like they're not mean, they're not boring necessarily even. But because they're so like desperate to be liked, they and because they're like
Backfires?
maybe and maybe because they've been like burned by situations in the past. Like I get that that's like a big thing.
Sure.
Like it backfires and they become like really sometimes overbearing, just like wanting to push the relationship, like trying to act like the relationship is like a stronger dynamic than it is. And just like, you're not on the same page. What do you do in situations? Like, I mean, I don't know. I know what you do, but like, what would Naomi say you should do in a situation like that? When it's like, you genuinely want to say something to someone to be like,
Well,
I don't hate
you're
you.
trying to salvage the friendship, you're saying.
Or just like keep it, just not even, it doesn't even be a close friendship. Just
Right.
any type of like, relationship where it's like, I don't hate you. I don't want you to like go away. I just want you to like know that you'd be so much more likable if you'd cool it a little bit.
Well, that's a little bit like saying,
How do
I
you
want
say
you to
that
change
to
your
someone?
personality.
But it's not really like change your personality. It's just like, you don't need to text me every thought or like,
That's their personality.
but it doesn't have
Maybe
to be.
someone likes that.
Okay, but you don't have to, okay, but maybe no one does.
Or, I
If
mean, you
it's-
could
they're
say if
having
it's
this
about
problem.
that specific action,
It's
you
not
could
that
say,
specific action. It's like, or it's like an overall
Right.
overbearingness. You know what
right.
I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, I do think, one, in some people, that is just a part of their personality. Some people like that constant talking, constant whatever, like codependent type friendship thing. So maybe they would find a better
it's not
match
about like
elsewhere.
it's not about like the frequency or like the volume even. It's about the like excess level compared to like what's needed.
Right. You don't vibe. Here's the thing. That's called not vibing. We don't vibe.
But the thing is, it's not like you
It's
don't
okay.
vibe. It's just like you're a little much.
To me, that's not vibing. It's the same thing.
But it's not because I don't like. It's not like, oh, I just like when I don't vibe with someone, it's like, okay, I'm just like not. I like disengage.
You're saying you want to hang out with this person. You just
or
want
like
them to back
I don't
off.
have a problem with like I don't not want to hang out. I don't want to like
You don't want to hang out with one-on-one.
or it's like you don't want to like shut the person down entirely like they did to Ashley Tisdale. But like
Well, it doesn't seem like they were trying to even do that. They were just like, you're not invited to like everything because
they weren't really inviting her to like anything, I thought, anymore.
I don't know. It sounds like they were eventually, and then she said something about this being too high school. Like clearly, she was like
Right.
still in some.
maybe.
They didn't like completely ice her out. They like
Maybe
were
yeah.
not probably just not inviting her to some things that they didn't really want her at, or maybe some group members were hosting the things and they
Yeah.
didn't feel like they were that close to her, so they didn't invite
That's
her.
also definitely not like the only text she sent. Like there were definitely some other
Yeah,
like
of course.
what happened before that. But yeah, no, I just think it's a struggle and I almost feel bad for people who are like that, where it's like they just don't know that they're so annoying. And it's like, I wish I could just tell you because it would help you if you could take this advice. right?
Right.
Like I want to tell you to help you, not because I hate you, not because I want you to go away. I just think that it would help if you knew.
Well, you can only give someone advice if they ask for it, in my opinion.
right.
Or
You're
if they
right.
ask you, Sammy, why aren't we hanging out more?
It's so much more insulting to say that as an answer.
Well, I think that's
I think
the
you're
truth.
really annoying.
Well, no, there's a nicer way to say that. I find sometimes the like intensity in which you're saying something can be a little stressful for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If someone asks me a question, I assume they want the answer.
Maybe
that's how I operate.
Not the right assumption.
Well, then people shouldn't ask questions they don't want the answer to. Is my feeling. Anyway, I hope there's more that evolves with this story because I will say it's like
there's not
a
gonna be.
millennial high school girl's dream.
It is.
Like,
I feel like there's not going to be because, like, what else would there be?
I don't know.
Unless
I mean,
she does something weird.
I wonder if Hilary Duff approved of the husband. She was probably like, "Don't do it, do it."
no.
Okay, fine, do
She
it.
definitely wanted him to do it.
You think? I mean,
I do think it has like a little bit of a whiff of a Ryan Reynolds energy that he did that. But
sure. I'm surprised he wanted to get involved.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy he did because it really just confirmed. First, I was like, maybe it's not them. I mean, I'm so naive. I'm like, maybe it's not
Is that
them.
it?
Maybe it's like, maybe she's because she came out and said it's not them, but like obviously it is them, especially now.
That just undermines her claim that she's not MAGA. To be honest,
You're
It's like-
gaslighting us.
Like, this is clearly them.
Yeah.
What is it? Your camp friends?
Let's talk about St. Bart's.
St. Bart's.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom Brady and Allix Earle were flirting.
Apparently
They
didn't
didn't
hook
hook
up,
up.
supposedly. Although, like, I don't know why. Like, feels like they should hook up.
They have a 25-year age difference. Not
So?
that that stops many people, but
Right.
maybe she just liked the story, or maybe they did hook up.
I
And he
could
didn't
see
want
this
his-
being good for her career, and for him, he's like having a little bit of a midlife crisis. It seems.
I think it's fine for both their careers.
I think it's better for
her
hers.
career. Better for
yeah,
hers,
it
but-
legitimizes her.
Yes,
more.
But it is
If they were
not
gonna
bad
like
for
really
his.
date.
Yeah, but no, they're not gonna really date.
Apparently not.
They're a bit old, a different age group. What do you think they talked about?
I don't know. Tom Brady doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the shed. I'm sure he like can relate to a 24-year-old.
Maybe, yeah. What? Yeah, I mean, they probably talked about like the parties.
Yeah,
that
they probably
were
talked about
at.
the parties. They probably talked about the what they're doing, where they're going on nice trips, the celebrities
Yeah.
they know, whatever.
Yeah, right. Like when I was on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Seriously.
Yeah. Or some other drama. She really upgraded in terms of the football players. Like
Well,
Tom Brady.
yeah, I would say that's what I'm saying. Good. That's a good career move for her to even
Yeah.
be seen flirting with him. I think it's a good if she's looking to level up.
Yes,
Career-wise,
because he's
yes.
also very talented.
He's very legit,
Legit.
legit and well respected in his
Field.
Yeah.
Yes. Same parts, the place to be. But everyone got stuck there because of the bombing of Venezuela.
Even so you're saying it was an airspace issue.
Yeah.
Correct? Not like a
Yeah, like
not
no
like
one could
not like
leave.
the JetBlue flights were canceled.
No. Well,
Okay.
they were, but no one could. But because of
right,
the airspace,
but I'm sure,
not
like-
just like JetBlue's bad. You know,
Is Jeff Bezos okay?
I've
I've been worried about him.
I think
You
think he's
he made
okay.
it home?
I think he'll be fine.
I've been up all night just worrying about him and
worrying.
Lauren just to make
Apparently,
sure.
like everybody had to stay because it's stuck. You're stuck, and they had stuck
a
in
good
St.
movie.
Bart's parties.
That's a good movie idea.
They were
Yeah.
stuck on Leonardo DiCaprio's yacht for a hot minute.
Couldn't he just?
Oh no!
If they were
Can't you
stuck
just
on
swim.
if they're stuck on Leonardo
shore?
DiCaprio's yacht, couldn't he just
Take the boat.
Right? Couldn't
That's
he,
what I was wondering. I was
sail
like,
the
why
boat?
don't they
Brady
just
was
sail?
on the yacht with them.
That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's not.
I
good
think
for
the day
Tom
the
Brady.
day after New Year's is what I saw.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
this
get-
is the thing. Like
women and influencers only.
women and
I mean, Alex Earle kind of.
Will the lifeboats be seated according to followers? We should have made that meme. Is it too late?
Damn it. Yeah, okay. This is the thing. Like, why don't they just sail the yachts back?
I don't
Like,
know.
sail the yachts to Florida.
They probably
Well,
did.
the
and this
airspace-
No, they
was, like,
didn't.
made-
If the airspace is closed, wouldn't the ocean space be closed? Right?
Well, they're in the ocean. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's these ships that they're blow
Well,
up. a
Leo
yacht,
did
right?
make it back for the Critics' Choice Awards.
No, he didn't.
No, I saw.
Oh,
that-
the critics. He made the critics. He missed the
critics,
Palm
yeah.
Springs Film Festival.
Wow, tough life.
Tough life. But
And then Chelsea Handler roasted him.
Chelsea Handler roasted him.
Yeah.
And then also Bethenny Frankel got a bacterial infection on her face.
Yes, she had a lot to say about St. Bart's.
She always has a lot to say.
She does. She's never really quiet.
She's never said less.
She was there with Bryn. And it was very, very, it was very weird because I do think she like, sometimes she's sort of like a broken clock. Like every now and then her videos do hit. And I think they're like kind of insightful, but most of the time she sounds absurd.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very funny that she put up an Instagram. Did you see the caption on her Instagram? Which was basically like saying that like this
the
trip,
carousel.
right? The trip.
Yeah.
What is the caption?
Yeah.
Let me see. Did you?
It was
I DM'd it
sent
to you.
Hold on.
So read the caption and then we'll talk about the pictures include because the caption sounds very like pure and like
hold on.
cheesy and like sweet.
In the caption, she writes, despite leaving early because of some heartbreaking news, dealing with a bacterial infection, and St. Bart's being the Hunger Games of holiday socialization. Yeah, really the Hunger Games. I still found moments that really mattered. I spent special time with friends and my love, Bryn, and rang in the new year in a way that felt genuinely meaningful, surrounded by good people. This trip reminded me of something I've always known but sometimes forget. It's not about what you're doing. It's about who you're with. And real happiness doesn't come from the setting, the plans, or the noise. It comes from within. So then why are you in St. fucking Bart's? You can go somewhere cheaper for happiness to come from within.
Well, I mean, let's go through the pictures that are
first
included.
Is Bryn. First is Bryn.
Okay, fine. That one, good.
First is Bryn.
That one could make sense with this caption.
Ooh, okay. Bryn, then sunset,
Sure.
then herself, bikini.
Bikini.
So it's good.
Then her and what's his name? Glenn Powell, I think. That's Glenn
Okay.
Powell.
The people you're with, of course.
Is that Glenn Powell? Yeah. A turtle.
Okay.
Spending time with the people that matter. Her and Lauren Sanchez.
That picture to me included with this caption was insane.
They actually seem like people who would be friends.
It didn't make any sense.
Oh, sorry.
They're
There's
not
DJ.
friends. They're not friends.
There's Bryn and Allix Earle and Bethenny.
Yes, the people you're with. Those are her
Allix
true
Earle.
friends.
Her St. Bart's bag. Her bacterial infection. That's it.
Just the fact that she included a picture with Lauren Sanchez with that caption was like, for someone who seemingly seems pretty self-aware, was definitely not self-aware at all. It was crazy. And then she put up a video basically saying that it was like, it was horrible.
It's so overwhelming. And a lot of people were asking, why would I bring my daughter to St. Bart's? Oh my God, I still have to make that real where it's, she's like, oh, fuck, what'd she say? She's like, it has a very, let me find it. It's actually so funny.
Wait, did she post it
The
recently?
reel where she's like, it has an authenticity. European.
When we vacation, we like a little action. We go to Aspen, we've been to Saint-Tropez, and we loved that aspect of Saint-Tropez where you have adults and their kids dancing together near tables and everyone is dressed really chic. Even though it's a bit of a circus, there's an elegance to the circus. There's an authenticity to the circus and a European aspect to the circus. And St. Bart's is a very family place too.
There's a, what was it? A level of
An authenticity.
an elegance.
A European.
There's an elegance to the circus. There's an authenticity to the circus. There's a European aspect to the circus.
There's an European aspect to Bagatelle and Saint-Tropez.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, okay.
It's just how the locals do it.
Yeah, that's how they've been doing it in the French countryside forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a European aspect to the circus. It's like, oh, this circus is so much better because it's European.
I would respect her more if she just admitted that she's also a social
follower
climber
and a poser
and like
and a
she
social
loved
climber.
being
I love
there
being in
with
the
all-
action because you know how
Yes.
easy it is to not. You could just save $50,000. Like you could just not spend
right,
it.
to be there that week.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could just go a different.
And clearly, if you like only care about who you're with and what you're like, you wouldn't
Then
be
you
trying
wouldn't
to
be
take
there.
pictures with Allix Earle and Glenn Powell and Lauren Sanchez.
And you also wouldn't be there if you don't care who you're with.
Right.
If you actually only
You
care
could
about
be
your daughter,
somewhere
you
really
could be
nice,
in any place.
Somewhere beautiful
You could be
that is very actually just with your daughter.
anywhere.
She can go anywhere she wants.
Anywhere. You could be doing anything and you go to St. Bart's where the fucking Bezoses are dancing on the tables looking like just the tackiest people in the world. It's like you could have had this vacation $200 billion ago. Like, should not be aspirational to you. I'm
Right.
sorry. Like,
And for Bethenny, just admit that that's part of the reason you went.
It is
okay.
the reason. If
It's
it wasn't
okay.
a billionaire's paradise, she wouldn't be there. If the billionaires were all in Miami, she'd be in Miami. If they were in Cabo, she'd be in Cabo. It's very clear that
Right.
caption is bullshit.
And again, I think there's nothing wrong. Like everything she's saying about what it was like there, I believe.
No, but you
just
love
don't,
that.
right? Don't
Like,
pretend
you love
like
that.
don't pretend like that's not what you were looking for.
Don't pretend that's not why you're there.
Right.
Like a European aspect to the circus.
Yes,
I feel like she's also looking for clout. Like she defended Allix Earle and Tom Brady. She's like, let them have fun. I'm like,
yeah, because you just took
Why
a
do you-
picture. She just
If
took
it
a
was
picture
your
with you.
daughter, what would you do? Like, would you be happy with it? She'd probably be happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with Allix Earle.
I
and
don't
Tom
either.
Brady.
They're like,
kind
I
of
don't
makes
care.
it makes
That's
sense.
not
to
like-
it does
me.
make
Yeah.
sense even with the age gap.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
so it's not
And
like,
I think
it's
Tom
not an
Brady's-
illegal age gap, and it's also like she is almost like 25. It's like
I think she is 25.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
okay,
Tom Brady
whatever.
is like clearly having a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
also,
like,
it's like Tom Brady. It's not like some like, you know.
it's not Bill Belichick.
yeah.
Oh, is that the coach?
Yes.
Yes,
That's yeah. See, look. both-
he has his wits about him to an extent.
Yeah, and he's not like, you know, I don't know. He's never been like accused of anything like that bad. Like,
Yeah, I think his
Like a lot of
ex-wife
other
just had a
football
baby
players.
and he's feeling really weird.
yeah, I think that's probably. It's like, okay, Allix Earle. It's weird because like Tom Brady's kids are squarely in Allix Earle's demographic.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like she's like their number one celebrity.
Right.
It's probably weird.
Maybe that's what they were talking about. He was like, my kids love you.
That's fun. So it is the beginning of the year, obviously. Ins and outs are really popular. So we're going to do a little lightning round of what is in and out for 2026. Jordana's 2026.
Now is 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
So we're going to weigh in on what we think.
is in and out.
Yes.
Joe's going to read them off.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
yeah.
first one, Jordana, pretend you're not pregnant.
Okay.
Dry January. Is it in? Is it out for 2026?
It's
Do we
out.
care?
Drinking is back, right?
I think dry January, regardless of whether drinking is back, is out.
Why?
It's just a little too like It's too like optimistic.
For the vibes?
Yeah.
It's not vibing. with
It's a little bit
2026?
like maximizing. Like it's a little too, I don't know.
Well, your resolution
too-
last year was to drink more, right?
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
I don't know. I forgot to measure.
You forgot to measure?
Yeah.
Well, if
Okay.
you don't know, I feel like you need to drink more. So.
Yeah. Well, if I didn't, I can do it again this year.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I
so
don't
you want the
think dry
opposite of dry. You want wet January.
Yeah.
Soaking
Yeah.
wet January.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I read online that if you need dry January, it means you're an alcoholic, which I don't know is true, but
I
like,
mean,
that's a stretch.
I think it depends on like just everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay,
Well-
now going off the Ashley Tisdale of it all, mommy groups. Since Jordana is about to be a mommy, do we think the mommy groups are fun? Are
I
they
think
in?
groups
out?
are fun.
I think groups are in.
Groups are in.
Groups are in.
Whether you have
Yeah.
children or not. I
Yeah.
like a group.
I
I like
actually
people.
think mommy groups are in.
I think group trips are in. Group and if, children or no children, hanging out with friendship.
Friendship is in.
Very 2026. Yes.
Yes, friendship is in.
We love that. Okay, next, for me, I don't like checking a bag, so carry-on luggage only, no checking bags.
I think that's in.
I think that's in, but I don't think it's for me. I'm a chronic overpacker, and I'd rather. I mean, here's the
Overpack
thing.
and check a bag.
On like if it's a week or more, I'm checking a bag.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I feel like
Some
that's-
people don't do that.
I try not to. I
especially winter
it's the
trips.
worst.
is
Yeah, when your
very
clothes are so
tough.
big.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, 4, Irish exiting. This is something I personally love to do when I'm drunk.
I love an Irish
love
exit
an Irish
also,
exit.
too. I hate, there's nothing worse than like, we have to say goodbye to everyone. Like, fuck
Same.
that. No one cares if you say goodbye to them. I don't care.
Depends.
If I'm hosting an event, I don't care if you say goodbye to me. Just leave.
It
It's
depends.
fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think that never goes out of style.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
2+ minute voice notes.
I've never left a voice note in my life. I mostly get them from you and
I don't
Jared.
send them, I just get them. Yeah.
I mostly get them from
Yeah.
you and
Oh,
Jared.
Jared seems like he's big on the voice notes.
He loves a voice note. You like a voice note. I like getting
Only
them.
when they're necessary.
I don't really send them. I prefer a phone call to a voice note personally.
It's very specific when I'm going to send a voice note. It's like I need to explain something specific.
Right. That's
not-
gonna like too long to text.
Yeah, and I
understand
don't need
the-
a back and forth right now.
Right. I just prefer to like if I'm gonna do that to have a phone call, but it's so
Well, then
not
it's longer
really-
than the note.
Yeah, but then I'd rather like it's like the
Catch up.
conversation. I'd rather do like
Right.
I'd rather do like a 5-minute breakdown on this, and
Yeah.
I'll call you if I
Yeah.
have like something to like.
Yeah.
More to say.
To
Okay,
break
so
down.
we'll say they're
2+
in.
minute
They're in.
voice notes. I think they're
As someone who
in.
does them, you tell me.
They're not out, but I would say they're not maybe as in as they once were.
Okay.
If they're necessary.
But you need them.
Yeah.
If you need them. Okay.
Okay, going off, because I know, Jordan, I put this in because you said Mike wanted to join a running club,
Mike's
right?
New Year's resolution was to run the New York City Marathon. I said no.
You should go with Avi.
So running a
out.
marathon / running groups in general, in or out for 2026.
I feel like it's out. I feel like maximizing is out.
I've never run anything before, and I have no desire to.
The steeplechase, you did.
The who?
The steeplechase.
What's that?
You the thing with the run walk? Didn't you do the steeplechase?
In like high school
Yeah.
for varsity letter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was 17 years
Okay,
ago.
well you did it. You did it.
All right.
So
Since
out.
then,
They're out.
I think it's out.
out for me anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, millennial gray.
Out.
In for me. I love gray.
But it's out.
Why is it out?
Because it's like everything being gray is out.
I love gray though.
No, you can like gray. It's not.
It's what's millennial? What does it mean to even
It's
be
like
millennial?
millennial houses like are gray.
Oh, it's a housing thing,
Right?
Yeah,
Houses?
it's like the way like
Oh, I thought it was like
millennials
clothes, like a Growlfit.
No. It's like how millennials like paint their houses like gray. Everything's white.
Everything was like
lacking
gray.
color.
Oh, okay.
From like last 10 years.
Got it.
Out.
So now
Okay.
like
Everything's like now
colors are in for
colors.
houses.
I like
Colors are in.
neutrals still. I'm very into.
We're
I'm
not
always
talking about neutrals. We're
I
talking
guess.
about gray.
All right, fine. Gray out. I like a White House.
We're not talking about white.
Okay.
Well, I guess white kind of falls under the millennial gray of it all.
I think
Sure.
it depends where's the white. Are you talking about white outside or white inside?
White outside.
No, this is inside.
talking about
This is
Oh,
inside.
inside. Okay.
I'm sorry, Jordan. I should
Fine.
give you more context.
Sorry.
Millennial gray
As-
interiors.
As usual, I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, they're out.
Okay,
You
millennial
wanna
gray
be out.
interiors out. I'm good with that. I do like a grout fit.
I know. Yeah. I don't mind a grout fit.
I do like a grout fit too.
Yeah.
I don't think they're out, but they're not really
Grout
in
fits?
either.
No, I think
they're nothing.
Grout fits are in. Millennial gray out.
Yeah.
They're evergreen.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
8 serial killer docs.
I don't like serial killer docs, actually. I like killer docs. I'm not into serial killers.
I'm not either.
What about true crime?
But are they in
general?
or out?
Love true crime. I'm still into true crime.
Do you think they're in or out?
I think true crime's in.
Yeah, but
think
are
it's- I
serial
think-
killer docs? in?
I put-
I feel like they're kind of in.
Yeah, serial killer. I mean,
They're not
there was a
out.
whole all the Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
Like people love it. Even
I
though-
don't think they're out.
No, I think they're in.
Yeah,
I'm
agree.
hoping that 2026 or 2027 is the year of more interpersonal murders than serial killers. Personally,
Okay.
So you want the dead people to be known.
I want them.
They know
I
they're
want it to be
killers.
personal.
Yeah.
The murder. I don't want it to be like, oh, I kill everyone. That's very.
It's not,
you know.
you ain't special.
Yeah.
You're just in the wrong
I
place
kill
at the wrong
everyone.
time.
It's just like, oh, like they didn't. It's
Or I
not
kill
that interest-
randomly.
Yeah, I kill
It's like-
randomly, or I kill women with short blonde hair. Like I don't care about that. I want like why did
I
you
wanna
kill
feel like
your
you killed me.
husband? Or like
I
you
agree.
murdered your business partner. Like I want like more of a.
I
the
agree.
business- As you're right across from your business.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Next, this is I hate Dubai chocolate.
What is that?
Out. It's
The chocolate with like the green
You know,
in
it's
the
like-
middle. You definitely have seen it.
And also, it's like people say that
How-
they invented
how
it
have
so
you
that
missed-
it was
how have
like.
you
Is
missed
this
that?
like chocolate mushroom thing?
No.
Hold on, I'll show you.
No. It's this thing.
Does it
that
taste
people-
different than regular chocolate?
Yes. It's like a type of chocolate.
Is
It's
this on
like-
TikTok?
you
How did I miss
definitely have
this?
seen
It's definitely on TikTok. You've definitely seen it.
Okay. It's
You
like
never-
mint.
No. It's like
It's like a-
pistachio.
it's like a pistachio
flaky. It
flavor.
tastes definitely very
It
interesting.
doesn't sound like something I'd be into.
I don't think you would either.
Okay.
But I also heard, I don't know if this is true, this could be one of those like made up rumors that like they created it so that like it would knock out like a porn thing that was Dubai chocolate, which is like people shitting on each other.
Interesting.
And Dubai like didn't like that. I don't know.
That's so interesting.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I
To me,
Long
it feels
game?
like they're trying to make Dubai sound good.
yes, but
Yeah.
before
like
Dubai
French,
chocolate
like
meant
French chocolate or something.
yeah, Dubai chocolate meant like something very gross. Now it means something
I can see that.
delicious.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad it's out just as soon as I'm learning about it.
10. Yeah, it was really big last year, especially the Labubus of it. It's a long. We'll get into that later.
This has been
Okay.
the worst year. It's because it was AI's year.
Yeah.
And AI shit.
Okay, this Gen Z loves these baggy jeans.
I
In
like
or
baggy
out?
In.
jeans. Yeah.
would
I
say
love
that.
baggy jeans. I think these are still bad.
Do you think
I'm
so?
into comfortable. I thought
Same.
comfortable jeans for a while, and then now I don't think I could go back to skinny jeans.
I was gonna say, do you
Good.
think skinny jeans would ever come back?
I think they
Yes,
will. I
everything
hope
comes
they
back.
don't for a while though, because
You don't have to wear them.
I know, but like, I don't want to be.
You can
the
just
old-
wear whatever you want. Who cares?
Fine, wearing whatever you want.
And
In.
finally, this is very important: being cringe online.
Was that something people were trying to do?
That was in.
The talk of like TikTok is like, let yourself be cringe.
Yeah.
Embrace the cringe.
By doing what?
Just anything. Anything.
Making your TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like,
would you say being cringe is in or out?
I think that it's in
Depends how
because
it's done.
everyone's cringe all the time
Yeah.
now.
would you call Ashley Tisdale's piece in the New Yorker
I would
cringe?
call that cringe, actually.
Yeah.
Self-embarrassing.
It's just like, yeah, it's really unself-aware.
Okay.
It's like kind of one of the most.
But maybe she's embracing it. She's like, you know what? I'm just.
I don't think
she's-
she knows.
No, I
don't
did
think she
learn
knows,
that she
yeah.
does have like a skincare company. Like she's
Right.
trying to promote some
Yeah.
bullshit.
She changed her last name, which was a stupid idea.
Ashley French.
Stupid,
That was,
bad idea.
well, she probably feels like Ashley Tisdale is associated with High School Musical.
Well, on Instagram, she's Ashley Tisdale French. She does have both.
Right, but I think she like the article said it
She
was
needs to get
written
rid
by
of-
Ashley French.
Oh, no one's gonna know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, cringe. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
who are we sending to?
Ashley
The Caymans.
Tisdale French.
Yes, sending her to the Caymans for being weird
Alone.
with
Maybe
the
she'll get
whole
stuck there.
making the whole friend group feel weird.
No, they probably fucking love this.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They
I was
probably
wondering
were
if people
eating
were
the
gonna like.
shit up.
I was wondering if people were gonna like come for them online, but I didn't see any comments. on
No,
any of their
because
shit.
everyone can tell that this is just as high school as what she was claiming their behavior was.
Right. Okay.
Like, you literally write a fucking article in the Cut. It's like writing something in the school newspaper.
Fair.
And they were
then-
mean to me.
Who's the betch of the week?
Who did anything?
I mean, Allix Earle hooked up with Tom Brady. I don't know if that's deserving of betch of the week or not.
No. Tom Brady hooked up with Allix Earle. Maybe that's deserving of
Maybe.
Best of the week.
Maybe Bryn Hoppy is betch of the week for getting to go to St. Bart's and the most expensive year of the week.
I don't know. It could be messy. Maybe.
Maybe Bethenny Frankel's bacterial infection, which caused her to leave early and get out of St. Bart's before she was
know what?
unable
It's the
to. It should be
bacterial
betch of the
infection.
week.
Yeah.
All right, Bethany. I'm nominating Bethenny Frankel's bacterial infection for betch of the week. It read the room. It felt she was being annoying. It got her to get out of there.
Yeah. I guess we could do that.
She can get stuck, so.
Yeah. The bacteria
Congrats.
made it back to the United States.
Congrats to Bethenny Frankel's bacterial infection.
Big week
win.
for you.
Big
The
win.
first batch of the week in 2026.
It's a microorganism.
Don't forget, make a note for our last episode to make a point that we made her bacterial infection.
Yes, we'll do this in our year-end recap.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll remember this fondly
I think we won't remember it at all. It would be fun to be reminded of it.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for us.
Bye, Jordana. Enjoy
Bye,
maternity.
Jordana.
Bye. Again, you might be popping in. We'll see.
Popping.
Yeah, as you pop
But
out.
Follow us at youtube.com/@BetchesPod. Please do it now.
yeah,
That's how I plug things. We would really appreciate it.
And Sammy and Eileen will be back next week.
We
Bye.
will be. Goodbye.